Good morning and thank you for your patience. This is the 2023 deliberative session of the Lebanon School District. My name is Gary Mayo. I'm the moderator. And I would like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice for all. Thank you. This session is in preparation for the school district voting, which will be done on Tuesday, March 14th in the city of Lebanon. Today, we can consider and potentially amend the articles that will be listed on the warrant for voting. And I have done the same thing for over 20 years. If you want to speak to something, you indicate to me. I call you up. You state who you are, what ward you're from, and then you go ahead. And if there is anything contentious, everybody gets a turn. If somebody wants a second turn, I hope they're breaking new ground, because if they're not, it's not an argument, it's not a debate, we're sharing information that's going to be used. And that's how it works. And it's been great all these years with a few hiccups, and I'm sure it'll be great today. There are a whole bunch of people here that I'm going to mention. We always start with the school board. We've got Richard Milius, Kristen O'Rourke, Mary Eads, Aaron Mills, Martha D. Domenico, Stephen Cantor, Lillian Mon, and there's at least one person with car trouble and another one that is watching on Zoom. And oh, by the way, we're a little late because it took a few minutes to get Zoom connected, and we're glad that that happened and that we waited. The administrators, Joanne Roberts, Dr. Joanne, Superintendent, Tim Ball, Karen Woolsey, Peter Merritt. I'm a technophobe. You have a tough job. Diane Estes, and Stephen Muzinski. Thanks. My building principals here, Jack Finley, Katie Roach, Colleen McIntyre, this is your building, Ian Smith, my neighbor. Matt Decker's here, he's the school district attorney. He lives down near my son in Plainfield. Brian Davis is the district clerk. The supervisors of the checklist, they're not listed here, but they're all residents, and I'm sure you all saw them as you came in. We appreciate their service. Is the school district custodian here, Carol Churchill? Sure, okay. The Jam cameraman, for those of you who haven't been keeping up, that's CATV, they changed their name. Soundtown technicians are making it possible for you to hear me, although I could probably do it without them. And I don't know, is anybody here from the Valley News? And we have one of our favorite law enforcement people of all time in the back. Hello, Pete. If there are some people that we need to have contribute that are non-Lebanon residents, they've already been checked out. I don't believe anybody else is in the room for that. So, moving right to the heart of the matter, I'd like to ask for action on the reading of the warrant.
Mr. Moderator, I move that we waive the reading of the entire warrant.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, having a move and a second, we will. Is there any opposition to that? Well, there is not. Okay. So I'd like to know if there's any action on Article 1.
Article 1.
Okay. You going to do it from there?
Article 1.
Okay.
Election of officials. To elect 3 members of the school board, each for a 3-year term. To elect 1 member to a 2-year term. To elect a school district clerk, a school district treasurer, and a school district moderator, each for a 1-year term.
And you'd like to speak to that, I take it?
Yes.
Thank you.
This year, there are 7 open positions. 3 school board member positions will serve 3-year terms. 1 school board member will serve a 2-year term. The positions of the district moderator, district clerk, and district treasurer will serve a 1-year term. For more information regarding requirements, please contact the school district clerk, Brian Davis, at bdavis603@gmail.com. All applicants must be a City of Lebanon resident and registered voters. The filing period will begin at 9 a.m. Tuesday, January 31st, 2023 through Tuesday, February 14th, 2023, 5 p.m. Declaration of candidacies must be delivered to Lebanon City Hall, 51 North Park Street. City Hall hours are Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Any further action or comment on Article 1? Hearing and seeing none, I'd like to have action on Article 2.
Article 2, the operating budget. To see if the school district will raise and appropriate as an operating budget, not including appropriations by special warrant articles and other appropriations voted separately, the amount set forth on the budget posted with the warrant, or as amended by vote of the first session, for the purposes set forth therein, totaling $51,094,870. Should this article be defeated, the default budget shall be $50,463,877, which is the same as last year, with certain adjustments required by previous action of the Lebanon School District or by law. Or the governing body may hold one special meeting in accordance with RSA 4013, 10, and 16 to take up the issue of a revised operating budget only.
Would you like to speak to this, sir?
I would, thank you. The operating budget of $51,094,870 recommended by the Lebanon School Board and presented to you today is the product of months of preparation by school staff, administrators, and several months of discussion by the Lebanon School Board. In November 2022, the budget proposal for the 23-24 school year was presented to the Lebanon School Board. The proposed budget increase for 2023 to 2024 is 4.07%. The increase is primarily due to the first year's bond payments from the bond approved for renovations construction at Lebanon High School, Hanover Street School. Additionally, there is a request to add a 4th grade teacher at Mount Lebanon School due to class sizes. The proposed budget, including all funds, is $51,094,870. It is estimated that the proposed budget will add about 83 cents per $1,000 to the local school property tax rate. If the operating budget is not approved, the default budget will be $50,463,877, including food service and revenue from grants. The default budget by law reflects the equation of the current budget minus one-time expenses in the current budget, plus any additional costs of contractual obligations. Now, in support of this information, we'll have a presentation of the 2023-2024 school budget by Superintendent Dr. Roberts.
Good morning. Hello, Pete. It doesn't seem to be moving. One of those days today. A little too cold for our tech to want to go. Okay. I can always stand in front of my device and click along as well, if that's easier. All set? Thank you. Our mission statement. Lebanon School District, in partnership with the community, is committed to providing a challenging, positive, and safe learning environment that cares, cultivates curiosity and collaboration, achieves academic excellence, respects and values diversity, encourages responsible citizenship, and supports the needs of every learner. We have a diversity and inclusion statement. The Lebanon School District values diversity, social equity, and inclusion, with the goal of building a sense of belonging for all individuals in our district. We are committed to identifying and removing barriers in order to foster an environment of respect and acceptance for all, regardless of race, ethnicity, nationality, gender identity, disability, sex, sexual orientation, religion, or socioeconomic status. All staff and students will have access to the opportunities, resources, and support they need to attain their full potential. Our district provides more than an academic experience. We also support students by providing social opportunities, mental health opportunities and support, nutritious meals, and caring, nurturing environment. We are fortunate to have so many creative, dedicated, and innovative administrators and staff members. Present state of the district. Over the past 9 years, working together, a solid foundation has been created so that the district can continue moving forward. This includes the following: development of a mission statement, development of a 3-year strategic plan, development of a diversity, inclusion, and equity statement, development of a multi-year facilities improvement plan, development of a multi-year technology plan, development of an annual budget, zero-based, and a process that goes with that, City-School Joint Partnership Task Force, which open channels of communication and collaboration, development of the Hypertherm Fuji STEM internship program, improves student service programs and supports, and expansion of our summer programs, an articulated K-12 math curriculum, new K-6 math program, which will start fall 2023, articulated K-12 technology standards, science, social studies, world language, health, PE, and essentials arts curriculum, and accolades from the DOE focused on our ELL programs. We also have increased the positions needed to enhance the student experience: full-time school psychologist, student assistance providers, integration specialist, behavior specialist, teachers who focus on STEM, the middle school special education coordinator, Mount Leb and Hanover Street assistant principals, district technology specialist team, district social worker, and district director of equity, curriculum, instruction, and assessment. We have seen the renovation of our high school gym. We have saved by having the facilities energy savings program through TRAIN. Renovation bond approval for Mount Leb and the high school and Hanover Street projects. A new high school softball field. Reconfiguration and grading of the middle school fields. Completion of a new high school track. Upgraded technology servers. Redesign of the district website and board docs, which will be starting in spring 2023. Development and administration of the district-wide equity survey connected to the 3-year strategic plan. Support from multi-year CBAs for LAG, LEA, LSS, and LSDAA. Development of the superintendent annual survey, stakeholder survey, and 3-year strategic plan survey. Development and implementation of a paraeducator evaluation system. Develop an implementation of the teacher evaluation system using Marzano. I'd like to read a few quotes from our high school students focused on DEI. Elizabeth wrote, "Diversity, equity, and inclusion is important because they bring a community together. If not, there will be a division of walls that divide a community. That's why I continue to advocate that everyone take steps to be accepting and compassionate to all. Furthermore, diversity, equity, and inclusion are like puzzle pieces, and we need all of them for a strong community. Can't have one without the other. Lastly, I ask that all of us continue to encourage people to not only be present in a group, but to be involved and have a voice that resonates for all." Adriana, "And now as I go through my senior year of high school, I notice more and more inclusion, something that was most definitely scarce in earlier grades. Peers and I sit at varying tables in the classroom so that no one sits alone, and in this way we interact with more people. We accept anyone who asks to sit with us at lunch, And we mostly enjoy being in school rather than being afraid of being dismissed or ostracized, since we make the effort to be inclusive. And now the same luxury is afforded to us. I just need to move the screen because it's blocking the words, Pete. This inclusivity allows the students in our school community to be valued for who they are rather than change how they present so as to be included. Peter. This is now stopped. Thank you. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it. And the third one from Riley. Diversity is what lies at the essence of people. It's that fundamental thing that makes us different from one another, whether it be your heritage, your ideas, what you enjoy, what you like. Diversity is the stories we tell because they're one in a million. Equity is the sense that despite being different, you still belong in the same pedestal as everyone else. Inclusion, what brings everyone together despite that difference. It's seeing somebody unjustly below us, grabbing them by the arm, and giving them the benefits we take for granted. When people aren't invited to the table, inclusion is bringing an extra set of folding chairs and giving them a seat despite all. We celebrate that Lebanon High School is ranked number 6 of all New Hampshire high schools. On to the budget. The budget continues building upon the foundations and programs that are in place today. Student supports and services data. Special education, 14% of all students. English language learners, 6%. McKinney-Vento, insecure housing, less than 1%. English language learners. The number of students with different language backgrounds, there's a 52% increase since 2007. The number of different language represented since 2007, 45% increase to 48. There are 48 languages represented, and these are the top languages. And these are the other languages spoken that are represented in our school district. On New Hampshire SAS math grades 3 through 8, our students in SAU met or exceeded state average proficiency levels at all grade levels on the math SAS in spring 2022. As far as English language arts, our students met or exceeded the state average proficiency level at all grade levels. As far as our SAS science, students in SAU88 showed higher proficiency on the New Hampshire SAS in science than their peers across the state. Zero-based budgeting. Rather than assuming the district will spend a certain amount on items each year, administrators have specified the need and cost for each item in each account line. Board members, SAU, and building administrators reviewed each line of the budget. In November, administrators and principals presented a proposed budget to the full board, and the board approved the budget that we are discussing today. Mount Leb Elementary School. $237 students, pre-K through 4, 32% free and reduced lunch. Based on student needs, we have budgeted for an additional 4th grade teacher. Hanover Street School. 330 students grades K through 4, 22% free and reduced lunch, no additional staffing. Our middle school, .476 students, grades 5 through 8, 22% free and reduced lunch, no additional staffing. Our high school, .598 students, grades 9 through 12, 11% free and reduced lunch, no additional staffing. Approximately 77% of our high school class of 22 plan to attend college, with a strong majority opting for four-year colleges and a few graduates choosing to attend a two-year college or continue post-secondary studies. We have students who graduate and join the military, and students who decide to enter the workforce directly. Our SAT scores, overall, Lebanon, 1089, New Hampshire, 1027, and nationally, 1004. Lebanon High School students continue to outperform students across the state, as well as their peers throughout the country. Our AP exam data, you look back from 2017, 143 students, 76% received scores of 345. In 2018, 140 students, 83% of 345. 2019, 133, 81% scores 345. 2020, 157, 88% scores of 345. 2021, 160 students, 84% scores of 345. 2022, 269 students, 88% scores of 3, 4, or 5. We're very proud of that we are in our 5th year of the Hypertherm Fuji Lebanon Thetford Academy STEM internship. It's a successful in-person, and it's also going to be remote when needed. It's authentic hands-on learning experience. Students earn both high school and college credits, and there's much continued enthusiasm for this program as we head into our 6th year. Our budget, $51,094,870. If the operating budget's not approved, the default budget will be $50,463,877. The difference between the proposed budget and the default budget is $630,993. Benefits, New Hampshire retirement system contribution rate, 19.64% for teachers, 13.53% for other staff. Healthcare, 7.9% for our school care groups, which is a total of $487,640. Our special education cost, due to out-of-district costs and other expenses, is at an increase of $224,059. This year, our bond payment reflects an increase of $842,931. I end with saying this: we truly are a district that cares. Education of the mind without education of the heart is no education at all. Thank you.
Moderator's comment. Many of you know that I do risk management for a living. Many of you also know that I do it for Special Olympics around the country and around the world. I'll be going to Berlin, Germany a couple of times this year to get ready for the World Summer Games of Special Olympics. 7,500 athletes, 200 countries, over 100 languages spoken. I understand better than most people working in the crisis center there how important it is to have preparation and execution for people who don't speak English. And I think it's great that we can handle 48 different languages here in the Lebanon School District and do it effectively and successfully. Any other discussion or action on Article 2? How about some action on Article 3?
Yes. For Article 3, Article 3 is to see, is this on? Yeah. Article 3 is to see if the school district will vote to approve the cost items included in the collective bargaining agreement reached between the Lebanon School District and the Lebanon Support Staff Association, which calls for the following increases in salaries and benefits at the current staffing level. In the first fiscal year, 2024, an increase estimated at $371,073. In the second year, 2025, an estimated increase of $309,963. And in the third year of the agreement, an estimated increase in 2026 of $228,710. And further, to raise and appropriate $371,073 for the current fiscal year, such sum representing the additional costs attributable to the increase in salaries and benefits required by the new agreement over those that would be paid at current staffing levels.
Would you like to speak to this, sir?
Please. This article covers 3 years. The proposed budget this proposed budget does not include increases for LSS staff. The additional tax rate resulting from these increases is estimated to be 16 cents per $1,000.
Thank you. Any further discussion or action on Article 3? Hearing and seeing none. Action on Article 4, please.
Yes. Article 4 states that shall the school district, if warrant Article 3 is defeated, authorize the governing body to call one special meeting at its option to address warrant Article 3 cost items only.
You have information.
Yes. This article makes provisions for the board to reopen negotiations should the above article fail, and to bring the question back to the voters for reconsideration. Without this provision, if Article 3 fails, there will be no contract with the LSS for the upcoming year, and thus no increase in wages. Thank you.
Any further discussion or action on Article 4? Hearing and seeing none. Action on Article 5, please.
To see if the school district will vote to approve the cost items included in the collective bargaining agreement reached between the Lebanon School District and the Lebanon Administrators Group, which calls for the following increases in salaries and benefits at the current staffing level. Fiscal year estimated increase for 2024 is $74,746. For fiscal year 2025, $27,281. For fiscal year 2026, $34,783. For fiscal year 2027, $32,067. And for fiscal year 2028, $29,164. And further to raise and appropriate $74,746 for the current fiscal year, such sums representing the additional costs attributable to the increase in salaries and benefits required by the new agreement over those that would be paid at current staffing levels.
Would you like to speak to that?
Yes. This article covers, shouldn't it be 5 years? The proposed budget in Article 2 does not include increases for lag staff. The addition to the tax rate is estimated to be 3 cents.
Any further discussion or action on Article 5? Hearing and seeing none. How about Article 6?
Shall the school district, if warrant Article 5 is defeated, authorize the governing body to call one special meeting at its option to address warrant Article 5 cost items only?
Any further information?
This article makes provision for the board to reopen negotiations should the above article fail, and to bring the question back to the voters for reconsideration. Without this provision, if Article 3 fails, there will be no contract with the lag for this upcoming year, and thus no increase in wages.
Any further comments or discussion on Article 6? Hearing and seeing none. Article 7, please.
To see to see if the school district will vote to approve the cost items included in the collective bargaining agreement reached between the Lebanon School District and the Lebanon School District Administrative Assistants Association, which calls for the following increases in salaries and benefits at the current staffing level. Fiscal year 2024, $27,344. Fiscal year 2025, the same $27,344. Fiscal year 2026, $27,344. And fiscal year 2027, $27,344. And further, to raise and appropriate an additional $27,344 for the current fiscal year, such sum representing the additional cost attributable to the increase in salaries and benefits required by the new agreement over those that would be paid at current staffing levels.
Further information?
Yes. This article covers 4 years. The proposed budget in Article 2 does not include increases for LSDAA staff. The addition to the tax rate is estimated to be 1 cent per thousand.
Lots of collective bargaining agreements. Is there any further action or discussion on Article 7? Hearing and seeing none. Article 8, please.
Shall the school district, if warrant Article 8 is defeated, authorize the governing body to call one special meeting at its option to address warrant Article 8 cost items only?
Further information?
Yes, this article makes provision for the board to reopen negotiations should the above article fail, and to bring the question back to the voters for reconsideration. Without this provision, if Article 3 fails, there will be no contract with the LSDAA for this upcoming year, and thus no increase in wages.
Any further action or discussion on Article 8? Hearing and seeing none. Article 9, please.
Article 9, to see if the school district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $600,000 to be added to the Lebanon School District Construction and Renovations of School Buildings Capital Reserve Fund previously established. This sum to come from the June 30 fund balance available for transfer on July 1st in excess of $1 million. The first $1 million of the June 30 unassigned fund balance will be used to reduce the school tax rate in 2023. No amount to be raised from taxation.
Further information?
Yes. Lebanon has a building and renovations fund that can be used to address capital expenditure needs without requiring an increased operating budget. In recent years, the district has been able to address significant issues without impacting the tax rate. Currently, there is about $2.2 million in this fund. The board recommends using the remaining unassigned funds at year-end to replenish this account. The first $1 million of remaining funds will be used to reduce the tax rate before this contribution is made.
Any further action or discussion on Article 9? Hearing and seeing none. We're just about done. Please be reminded that the filing deadline for board and elections and open filings is 5 o'clock on February the 14th. Is there any further business before the meeting?
Mr. Moderator,
Yes.
if I may make one informational announcement, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, as most people know, the district has been in the process of identifying and hiring our next superintendent of schools, who will succeed Dr. Roberts in July of this year. We had multiple highly qualified candidates and who were interviewed, and 2 finalists will be visiting Lebanon in the next week. And these visits will include opportunities for the public to meet with both candidates. The first will be Tuesday, February 7th, from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. here at the middle school. And the second, for the second finalist, will be Thursday, February 9th, also from 5:30 to 6:30 here at the Lebanon Middle School. And we encourage parents, community members, anyone else who would like to meet and greet our finalists for the superintendent of schools, ask questions. You're certainly welcome to come. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to ask a question is, have you determined the finalists and will they be published before the meetings?
Actually, a press release went out yesterday, and an item appeared in the Valley News today. You want to know who?
I didn't go to the mailbox this morning. It was cold.
But we do have two finalists. One of them is Mr. Brian Campbell, who is currently Assistant Superintendent of Schools in SAU89, which is the Keene, covers the city of Keene and 6 other surrounding communities. The other finalist is Ms. Amy Allen, who is currently Assistant Superintendent of Schools in the Manchester School District. And they'll be coming, Mr. Campbell on Tuesday and Ms. Allen on Thursday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Sir.
Mr. Moderator, I wanted to just correct something for the record. I think everybody in the room understood with the reading of Article 8 that it pertained to Article 7. But just to clarify for the record so that there's no misunderstanding, the purpose of Article 8 is that if warrant Article 7 is defeated, it will authorize the governing body to call a special meeting at its option to address warrant Article 7 cost items only. And then without approval of Article 8, it should have been stated that if Article 7 fails, there will be no contract with the LSDAA. That way we've got that clarified for the record and nobody can complain that it wasn't stated correctly.
Okay. Understood. Anything further from anyone? We adjourn. Thank you for coming.